There we go. Hi, how you doing? We already got 1 million hearts. I don't know who just sent those, but you are loved. Welcome to Riding Around the Table. We're gonna work on that intro. But yes, for those of you who don't know, I am one of your hosts, Marley.
I'm Diana. I'm Dope Diana from Atlanta. Hi.
And I am Bree Kelly. I'm a filmmaker in Atlanta.
I'm Jabari Shabazz. I'm an actor here in Atlanta.
I'm Julia Hyatt. I am a film student here in Atlanta.
And my name is Erin, and I'm also here in Atlanta.
Yeah, 3 snaps in Z formation. All right, now look, I don't know how these mics gonna go, so we might need to be a little elevated. Everybody's an actor, actress, thespian. Okay, I gotta make sure the mics work. Okay, let's toast. First shoot. Yes, gang. Try not to. Woo!
Sorry.
You already know we couldn't go anywhere without thanking our wonderful sponsors, FitVine. FitVine, the wine based for athletes. If you're looking for a healthier choice in wine preferences, then FitVine is definitely for you if you're an athlete. If you love to work out, if you like to be as faded but not with all the hangovers, this is what you drink right here. FitVine wine. I always drink it every time I finish working out.
They actually say you really can drink this and then go work out and you'll be completely fine. I mean, other than the buzz, but you won't be tired or lagged or anything like wine does. That's pretty awesome.
It's wonderful. You go work out after this right now. I'm lying. Well, this is our red blend that we are sipping on. So thank you so much, FitVine, and also gotta give shout outs to Welch's for the sparkling non-alcoholic choice for our less than 18, 21.
18?
I'm sorry, no, I'm kidding.
I'm 20.
Definitely above 18.
Yeah, I'm definitely above 18.
We're not joking about that. I feel like people are hear this and be like, nah, they bullshit.
I'm above 18 and under 21. You can take a guess.
So there you have it.
Yeah.
You know, it's February, and you know, it's our first episode. So, guys, let's talk about love and how it doesn't exist. So construct.
That part.
Yeah, right.
Now you can't say that because you didn't got booed up and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what store you went to, cuz.
Like
So
where
what
they
up
said
for the rest of us?
Right. I'm looking at you
Relationships
like,
are overrated.
No, but love is beautiful once you have it. I feel like once you find your person, your soulmate, then that's a beautiful thing.
it is, man.
It's a lot of bullshit happens.
Right.
Right.
It's me again, God. I saw ASAP and Rihanna.
yes.
Can we talk about that?
Yes.
Oh my God, I cannot with their
So
love.
Yeah. Well, of course it's Rihanna.
When he threw off that Captain Crunch throw at the Met Gala and then he was matching her, that was cute. That was real cute. I was like, look at that.
Yeah,
He's like,
that was cute.
What a beautiful couple.
She living the dream, man.
she really
Yeah.
is. I'm like, dang.
Fantastic.
Nobody
Icon,
banging.
millionaire,
Billionaire.
millionaire. Not married but got a kid. That's amazing.
Nah, dang. Yo, they can't just be in love.
She's
What?
got a pretty baby with a pretty guy. That's great. You know.
Yeah.
Did they have the baby already?
Oh no.
Oh.
No.
It's just out there.
No,
She
mine is
pretty.
out.
It's pretty. Well, it's
No,
Rihanna's
both
baby.
is
It's
out.
gonna be pretty.
Well, congratulations to you and your love and your baby, Rihanna. We want the album. We didn't ask for that. We asked for an album. But
But we got a baby instead. The baby.
Right.
Baby.
Yeah, the
What
baby
is
is
that?
pretty epic.
Pretty
Manifested a baby.
epic.
So relationships now. Do you feel like they're worth it? Like this year? Like
This year.
I think it depends on where you are.
What do you mean this year?
I think it depends on where you are in your life, and if you're ready. I don't know. I feel like it takes preparation.
I think they're worth it because no matter what, you come out of it learning something and getting a new experience and having new memories and growing from it. So even if it didn't last, because nothing's gonna last forever, just because we all die.
Dang.
And it's not a bad thing; it's just real.
My homie went Andre 3000 into this.
Yeah. Like everything is temporary, so just experience it and love it while you have it,
Yeah.
and just know that it will come to an end, but you can still appreciate that it happened.
Right.
Not
Not
having
having
the
the
attachment,
attachment, right?
Yeah.
Having the attachment and stuff is definitely a great thing to do.
Despite, with all the struggle sometimes that comes with finding the real love, I feel it's also worth it because you learn, like you said, you learn from the experiences, and moving forward with, you know, whoever that next partner is, you know what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, it always prepares you for the next person that you're with, or even just for yourself. Like if you wind up single, that prepares you for that as well, going through that. So I think in the moment it feels like it's not worth it, especially when you leave it off angry or have problems. Then it feels like, why did I do this? But it's everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, you should always tell yourself afterward to look, like, reflect on it and realize what good did come out of it, because there's always some good, some form of growth.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I want to play devil's advocate a little bit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something obscene, so
I was like, oh my
you can
god.
stop.
I mean, you do learn from the stuff that you go through, you know, and things like that. You become a better person. You know what to look for, and things like that. But fuck that shit.
Right? Tell them.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Cause sometimes people be
Cause that
so
ain't
trifling, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, you could think you in a relationship with someone, and you know they say it, but it ain't true.
They don't mean that. They don't mean
They
that.
don't mean that
They've got
shit.
backup plans.
They got backup.
Yeah.
Exact.
Backup plan.
They got backup plans.
Oh, let's talk about
They
that.
But
So
then
women,
Not everybody.
Oh yeah, not everybody. No,
everyone.
I'm not
There
gonna
are-
generalize it.
But
Yeah.
those situations do teach you to weed out the people who are like that, because then you start to learn what the behaviors are that show that they really aren't in it, and so you still grow from it.
I agree with that, but maybe God could give me a little bit less of those people.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm cycling through and I'm like testing them out, like, okay,
No, I
cool, and
feel
then
you.
something
I
pop up
feel
like,
both.
okay. Another one bites the dust.
right.
Another one.
Right.
Another one.
No,
That's
I
ridiculous.
agree.
Yeah, love is cool, but also what's not cool is getting played. And I think when there's people out there that see other people who have an expectation of like a relationship or whatever, that continue to just kind of like string people along, I think those are just like the worst. And if you do that, you're the worst. And talking about
You're toxic.
you,
You're toxic.
okay? If there's a
Toxic.
clear understanding of like, hey, I got sneaky links. Hey, I got you
yeah.
are on the side. We are not exclusive. I think when you have that, it's like, oh, okay. You can't get mad at anybody but yourself because you already knew what it was from jump. But if it's deep, you know, connection stuff, and then they're like, never mind. That to me, I'm like, okay. Don't awaken anybody's love. What did Bob Marley say? Don't awaken a person's love with no intention of loving them. Like, that doesn't make any sense, and it's not fair. You know.
Something that I've been learning, you know, is sometimes I'm not saying that that's not necessarily a wrong thing. You know, that's wrong. You shouldn't manipulate people at all. You know, especially in terms of the heart space. But there are times when people, you know, they get into these relationships and they give too much too fast. I feel like, you know, that does sometimes, or at least that can turn a person away if that's not their love language. And moving forward, like within my relationships, I try to take that into accountability because I'm a very loving person. I'm a Pisces. So, you know,
My boyfriend's a Pisces.
Most
and I already
serial
know.
killers are Pisces.
Lord,
Just
Pisces.
saying.
I think it was Sagittarius.
No, most male serial killers are Pisces.
Well, I think
They're
I'm
the
not
most
a male signal.
emotional
Emotional.
And which is why
But
they're
here-
serial killers.
Yeah.
Have you killed anyone?
That's
kind of the
what
point.
I'm
That's true.
Killed that.
But there's
No,
one
that's a
thing
good
that you can
point,
never
though.
get back, and that's time. So I think regardless, as long as there's communication, like just don't waste people's time.
Be honest.
You know what you want, know what someone else wants, and
That's the problem. There's a lot of people who don't know what they want, and so
That's
they
the-
just go
yeah,
in.
they
They just
don't know
go
what
in here
they want.
blind, messing stuff up, and just
Yeah.
act
So I
a
gotta
fool.
see the red flags. We should talk about
Yeah.
red
True,
flags.
red flag.
Red flags, zero.
Everybody
Before we,
saying
red flag.
right,
Red flag.
before we do that, I'm gonna quote my
Oh,
homie
boy.
Lita from My Hero, who was like, "There's a difference between wanting something when he wanted to be president and everybody voted Deku, and he's like, oh shit, I thought they were gonna vote for me. Then when they're like, bro, you okay? And he's like, there's a difference between wanting something and being prepared for it." And that's so true. And I feel like that rings super true for relationships. It's a difference between, oh, I want this girl, I want this bad bee, or I want, you know, a good woman by my side. I hear a lot of dudes preaching that, and not any of them like putting their money where their mouth is. You know what I mean? Or people in general. Oh, I want this, but you're not. You're acting like you're not ready for that, for something serious like that. So you know.
Sometimes though, I feel like when you get that, like let's say I want the bad bitch. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Let's say I want the bad
We're
bitch.
drinking wine. I don't think we got any. I would hope not high schoolers to be watching,
But,
listening.
Like, let's say I want the bad bitch, right? And I go after her, and I get her. Just because I get her, you know, and everything's sunshine and, you know, flowers at first, you know, I might not be mentally prepared with all that comes to having her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or vice versa, the bad guy, you know.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true, and that's honestly that was the point. I was like reiterating. A lot of people have the expectation of somebody, but it's like
when it comes down to it,
you
They're
don't
not
have the
ready to put in
capacity to
work.
love them.
Yeah.
So, which is a red flag. Let's get into it. Red flags. Spit them off. Red flags.
An easy word, gaslighting. That's a red
Gaslighting.
flag.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we should be more specific than that. But I mean, come on.
They hit you with the, I guess you don't know how to talk to nobody no more. Because they've been playing games and you was like, fuck this, well no. Then they just randomly, I guess you ain't, like, yo, that's flag.
Ooh, what you got?
Oh.
What you got?
Let's
What you
hear
got?
it, let's hear it.
Oh no.
Never, I can't even say this.
No, say it. We all
This is
okay.
in particular to my.
Oh no, it's fine. Safe space.
No.
Now, okay, no offense to anybody, but if a black man has dated all women that are not black, and you are the first woman that he dates, that's a red flag. He don't love himself. Just watch out for that. And that's facts.
Wait, what?
Like if a man dates all like Caucasian women, you the first black, like you was just the queen, like, oh, I just found
Oh,
you.
yeah.
That means he really don't love himself, and run away from that. Don't ever date
But
her.
if he's choosing her now, maybe it's like
No, there's no
This
maybe.
is
what I
physical
need.
maybe.
There's no maybe.
maybe he's
I'm
going
trying.
into
Have any of y'all
a
dated someone that dated all white women and then they dated you?
negative.
I did. It was
there's-
interesting.
You know.
Like,
But
sorry.
it's almost like a fetish. It'll be the same. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like a fetish. Like it's kind of like I don't know.
I've definitely heard
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Like
Well,
it's like.
here's the thing. I mean, yes and no, right? Because I feel like, you know, they trying to get on. You put that thing on them. They love the cocoa. But at the same time, the first person that I ever dated, longest relationship, it was somebody who was a white guy. Like when we first started dating, he was like, yeah, I like pale girls. And I'm like, my nigga. I am.
That's not a
Shut
good,
up,
not a good pickup line.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
like, wait, what? I like pale girl.
I was like, okay, you ain't, I'm not. There's a difference between having a preference, right? A preference of who you want to date and going and just being completely like colorist and going, oh, okay, let me go, let me go.
Like you can have preferences, but you gotta just look at the patterns. 'Cause
Yeah, a lot of it's a
we-
reflection of like your internalized discrimination.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like you have not for real though.
Red flag. If you're with this person all the time and they're always on their phone, and then when you're not with this person, they can't seem to come to the phone.
Ooh.
That's a red flag,
Dang it, everybody went on that one. Hey, yo, let's talk about it. Get off the phone. Just get off the phone. If your spouse in general is like, hey, yo,
Got some attention.
I'm here. Hey, what's going on? Like, yo, get off your phone. If we're
Like,
hanging
when you
out
with
and we're
me.
supposed to be
Right.
enjoying our company, and
Yeah.
you on the phone, oh, that's trash.
Even with
Yeah.
friendships though, you do want to spend time with them while they're there, especially in adulthood when you don't get time to do that.
You gonna come join us, Jacoby? You got something to say? Come on in here.
Yeah.
Everybody, we gonna welcome Jacoby. He's another host here at Wine Around the Table. You ready, a little talk to the party? Go ahead, pull up a chair.
Welcome to the table. Welcome to the table.
And then John, go ahead and get in front of that camera and give a little wave, man. This our cameraman, man. Oh, look at the jacket though. You waving to him. I would have showed him the jacket and that would have been it. Like, peep the jacket. Boom, you know what it is. You know what's like that. Jordan Productions, man. Like, what?
So, topics, red flags, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to kind of get to the basis of why these red flags occur.
Why?
Because that's true. We talk
I
about
feel like
what's the red flags, but it's like, where is that coming from in the first place?
Trauma.
Trauma. Fear of abandonment.
Fear of commitment.
Daddy
Daddy issues.
Especially if they're
mommy issues.
possessive, they fall in love too quick. That's all fear of abandonment.
Oh yeah, most
So
definitely.
have everybody, and I agree with everyone, I would like to say this. A person go through these experiences, past emotions and experiences from someone else, and they bring that along into their current relationships or friendships. And we have to find within ourselves to be able to not allow past experience. Yes, red flags do occur, but we step into the area of the unknown, like, okay, well, this happened before in the past, so let me just take a step back and see how this goes, because it's a familiar experience. But my personal experience, I would trust everyone until you give me a reason not to, and I always trust everybody to be themselves, whether they're good, bad, flawed, or whatever. We all have flaws, but it's a lot of red flags that can come.
Which one do you want to talk? That's a really, really good point. Is like red flags are a thing, but like the basis of them is so pivotal too. A lot of people are dealing with a lot of trauma that they've dealt with. Project a lot of that. Like what you're doing is a projection of your own trauma that you've dealt with, and now you're treating me a certain way. Because the most frustrating thing to me is to continuously show people like love and affection, and they're like, no, fuck that. And so you're continuously emptying your cup to fill a cup with a hole in it. You know what I mean? So.
Agreed. And it's like you come in with a barrier already up versus, people have to peel layers back, because
Right.
of your insecurities and your past traumas. And I feel like it's unfair to the next person, but everybody have their own way of doing things, their own mechanism. But whatever works for you may not work for the next person.
Yeah, just relearning and
And unlearning.
and
Unlearning.
unlearning. Because I do believe like you can be two great people, but just not great for each other.
Yeah.
So sometimes
Right.
if you have to find the right person that can help you heal or help you learn about like those flaws with yourself, I think that's also important.
You also
That's
need
really
to
important.
learn to heal yourself.
Definitely
That's
first.
what I was touching
Yeah,
on.
'cause
Yeah.
if you learn to heal yourself, then you don't need anyone else.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
the problem is we'll meet someone that heals us and we'll feel like, oh, that's our person. But
Yeah,
they
and
could be
you feel,
toxic
yeah,
as well.
you could feel like an insane attachment to them, but it
Exactly.
just ends up being toxic. Because even though they might have like helped you a little bit, like your trauma is still your own trauma, and
Mhm.
no one can really help you with it except for like yourself and like a licensed professional. Like
Yeah.
you can't really put that on others because it's just becomes traumatic for them.
I feel like another red flag, right? So in this particular scenario, you're telling this person that you're talking to maybe something that's very close to you. You hold that very dear, or it's not something that you would really share with many people. But then I'm gonna say eventually that information gets turned back on you.
Yeah, they used to be
Yeah.
used to.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's
That
petty.
is
petty,
petty.
yeah.
And it's definitely a
Man.
flag. Like, that's so toxic. Have you dealt with that before?
Oh, definitely.
Not for too long.
Right.
I can't be real
Like,
and
you
like
this one?
I can't do
Not
it.
for
Like
too
I
long.
can't worry about you doing something deceptive to me. So it's like
If you're
don't
gonna try and
even-
deceive me, like why are
Yeah.
you with me?
Right,
Do you
like,
even like
just,
me?
right,
Right.
just like leave me alone.
Why are you praying for my downfall?
But that's where accountability come in, because each and everybody have their own. We all must be accountable and start accepting our responsibilities as adults, because we allow certain things to take place
Yeah.
in our environment. It's like if I'm just now getting to meet you, we love each other, go through the infatuation stage. I'm not gonna instantly just introduce my mother to you, because to me I feel like that's personal. Like my mother, like, don't bring her around me unless y'all plan on getting married. But you just basically giving away too much this early. You don't know this person fully enough, whether it's 1 month, 2 months, 3 years, or however the contingency goes. But you have to fully be aware of what you're doing as well. And so we can like, oh, well, it's this person's fault why I'm this way, or it's that person's fault, but you allow this person to come in to infiltrate, and you felt like you were so close to this person, and this person also showed you their true colors, and now I'd introduce this person to my mama, my father, and never going to wind
You have
up in my
attachment to
circle.
them now.
Right.
It's harder for you to move on because now you let them in. it's a soul tie, it's a personal tie. You told them everything, so that's
Too
why.
early.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you love bombs.
I be love bombing y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm like, dang, you talking about me.
Right, for real. As soon as he said that, I was like, yo. And I'm like, but is that a bad thing though? Like,
It
is
is.
it a
I
bad
mean,
thing that I'm like,
Yes, it does.
if I see you and I appreciate you and I'm like, yo, you doing your thing, you driven, you sexy.
People are vicious and
Yeah.
mischievous and
It
deceptive.
is kind
and will
of, it's
take
not a
advantage
bad
of
thing,
you
but
because
you
you
gotta
are
like be
a
selective on who you
and
give
you
that
love
to.
bomb. And it's
But
like,
here's the thing. Here's the thing with love bombing is like you do it without even realizing sometimes because you just get so excited and you just have so much lust for this person. You want to share everything with them, but you don't take a step back and realize, is this even what I want, or am I just excited? Because I literally just had this situation happen where I love bombed and got love bombed, and then we realized this isn't actually what we want, and we just spent all this time like wasting our time and getting stuck when this isn't what we actually wanted.
Right. Ooh. I don't think it's all bad, but it should be with the right person. I wholeheartedly agree on that.
It's not all bad, but it's just like sometimes you have to realize like you have to know what you want going into a relationship, and you can't put that aside just because you want them to be happy and you're excited, because eventually that will come back up to you.
True.
And you'll feel stuck.
Intention.
And you're like 2 months in, they've already met the mom, and you feel stuck.
Right. Right.
And then you're breaking up with their family, and that just gets
Yes,
harder.
it does. When you broke up
No.
with me, you broke
I'm
up with me.
being sarcastic.
Get him off.
There you go.
Like, there's no exes.
Yeah,
They
no
don't
exes.
lie.
And
If
then
you
you
dated
lost
me, you ain't really dated me.
You lost
I
me.
didn't know you.
Right.
Deleted.
For real, for real.
no, with love bombing though, what I found recently. Instead of like, cause when you love bomb, like you just, like this person's like, oh my god, like you're like up here, you know what I mean? And like I just want to give you everything and like every part of me, but then it's like
Right.
they start doing shit and it just like takes them down and down and down. So
It does.
I am trying to start from the bottom
Yeah.
with zero expectation from this person. Them just showing me exactly who they are, having conversations with them, and just listening to what they're saying and choosing if that's what I want for myself. You know, because I have gotten excited, but I'm just like, yeah, whoa, like, because
Right.
this isn't good. Like, extreme emotion just is not good. Good or bad, it's gonna like,
Yeah.
it's not
'Cause
good.
it's intense. It is
you gotta,
intense.
you gotta think about everything. Because when you're like so in love, or when you're like so mad, you're not thinking at all. You're like very emotional.
Yeah. If you
Energy
if
is
you-
like,
yeah.
is no thought. So I'm like, I'm just gonna like bring it down. And even if I am extremely excited about this person, I'm just gonna take it this way, and they're gonna like build
But
up
what if
Instead
they're
of building
extremely
that.
excited too?
about me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
If
I
you-
gotta protect
yeah.
myself.
You have to fall back.
I gotta
If you
think
set-
about me,
Yes.
Lucius.
If you set such high expectations, you're just gonna get disappointed no matter what, because nobody's perfect, and
Right.
then eventually it's just gonna turn into resentment, and then
Mhm.
something that could have been beautiful just ends up awful because you've had these expectations
Right.
that were unrealistic.
Exactly.
But having some, standards, I think that's important.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
my
standards
bar
are
is
important.
low to beat. Like,
The bar is down
but my
here.
standards are
Girl,
high.
your bar is low. I done seen them.
Oh.
Tall
The
ass.
bare minimum.
And
Yeah.
be doing some fun ass doors.
Yeah.
And I be like, what sauce
Pull
she
up.
got this time?
Yeah, like where you get those
Looking.
at?
My sauce is
Where
a
those?
little, it's a little bland.
Ah.
You know who has sauce, bro?
Huh.
Rest in peace, my grandma, man. My grandma had
She's
sauce. I'm talking
Rest in
about,
peace,
bro.
grandma.
So I'm like, dang, what sauce she got? My grandma got boyfriends, and
Damn,
I'm
that's a
single.
basket.
What am I doing?
Yeah, where's our-
wrong?
That's what I'm missing.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, like it's just a different game now.
Well,
Like the game is different. Like back in
Yeah,
the
they know
day,
they're gonna die.
like,
Might
they
as well
used to
send up
go
for
all out,
basket.
you know, any and everything.
Look,
You know,
look.
folks used to be outside
We
like with the
don't know how
breakups
we
and
finna
everything,
be.
be outside with a boombox
Throw
on
it
their
off.
shoulder, hit
Throw
the
it
rain
off.
dance. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's like, okay, I'll just go on Tinder and find someone else that looks like you.
Oh,
Yo.
If they're gonna do the breakup,
Yo,
like,
so
you know, this
okay,
on the
so
phone,
what
like,
about the
I'm
dating
just
apps though?
shooting all
What
that.
about the dating
And
apps?
then the Craigslist of people, like sometimes you find good
That is
finds, but
I've got some
accurate.
good finds.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
You got
what,
the
Tinder?
fine?
Or Craigslist?
Tinder and it's not Craigslist.
no, but I'm saying there are good friends
Yeah.
mixed in, but you have to swipe through like 100, 200 of these
Not
people that
sponsored,
just
but
you don't match with. Like, they're
Yeah.
not your.
Not at all.
Well, that's
Yeah.
I've tried
if you do it enough, you get to.
I don't do
you begin
it.
to
I
realize.
have not
I
checked
don't
my
like it.
Tinder.
So which way is the right way? Like if you like somebody, you swipe left or right?
On you swipe right if you
Yeah.
always.
Swipe
But I be
right,
fucking
yeah,
up
right,
sometimes. I
right
see a
is right.
fine ass person, I'll swipe
Swipe
left.
left,
I'm like,
and
no,
then you
forever.
gotta pay $1.25.
Yeah, to
or something.
rewind the shit back.
I've
I'm
done
like,
that for
ah.
months, but like I don't know now that you can pay for upgrades and like really.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
specialize.
so so much
It's
stuff
weird.
coming out. I'm like, I remember when you just
Yeah,
got
one of my
Pay
friends.
$20.
I
I just
just
wanna
want to
swipe
see like
and
who
see
swiped
no.
on you.
Yeah,
But there's
but
now Facebook dating.
Yeah, but you have to like pay so much for it. I'm like,
Facebook
I don't.
Yeah,
know.
there's like
Yes,
a
there's
dating. It keeps
Facebook.
coming up. It's like joint
That
Facebook
is
dating.
ugly.
No, and I've done like this is embarrassing, I guess, but I've like gone on Bumble and I've like ran out of people.
Oh my God.
I'd be
What the hell
swiping.
does that even look like? What the?
I'm not gonna lie, that happened on the Black People Meet app. And I was like, oh, that's it.
The black people meet
mean,
out, they all look
anyway.
terrible.
To the folks out here that don't probably look the greatest like you were saying, but they still giving it a go because that's what they want. They want love.
I think it's
Oh,
hard. 'Cause a
okay.
lot of it is your photos. If you if you're
Yeah.
10
Shout out to
photos,
you.
Work on
but your
pictures.
bio can only be like 200 words, you can't know somebody like that.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it might just
Yeah.
be not photogenic, but have a star personality.
Yeah, it's based like purely off like attractiveness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I
no,
don't
I
want
agree
how
with
to
that.
pull a
so.
Pisces.
I'm not either because I don't feel like they work.
They
Like,
don't work.
I
They're
found
for
one
weak
dude.
Well,
They are for
Maybe
weak
when you get
I
some
like it.
It works, but we fall in love with the infatuation of the photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to meet someone in
that's
the wild.
like-
Like, I want to
the
meet
whole
someone out
In
in
the
the
wild.
And
So out on the front lines.
Yeah, you wanna,
Question, talking
it's better
about-
to meet someone when you're out.
I've
like,
I've
Yeah, it
commons,
is.
yeah.
But I don't
like,
go out that
I've
often,
dated
so that's
someone from
the-
Tinder and we're still friends.
Yeah.
Friends.
But then I've also
I've
like
dated
friends,
someone
though.
and we're
Yeah,
still
this
friends
ain't gonna
too.
work.
We're still
We're
friends
best
too.
friends.
Yeah, I mean,
But
well,
not
like we
dating.
dated for a couple months. We broke up, but we're still friends. And then I've also met a lot of school people on there. Like
You said like
I
what?
made a lot of friends on there who I swiped right on them because they went to SCAD, and so
Do you
then
study
I just
together and stuff? Like, is it?
we studied.
Y'all be putting that
But,
on
like,
your bios?
Yeah, I was just say that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Advertise yourself.
Yeah, but like I just made friends because I'm like, oh, you go SCAD, I go SCAD, let's be friends. It's not about hooking up.
That's so scary.
We're just friends.
When I dated my boyfriend, I was dating my boyfriend and we broke up and like I was like, I'm gonna get on Tinder, I'm gonna fuck somebody. So I got on Tinder and like we got back together and I forgot I had Tinder up and then like his friends were hitting him up like, hey, your girl's on Tinder and I was like, oh my bad.
My bad.
That was a week.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it can get you
I'm
caught
exposing
up.
myself a little bit. Sorry.
No,
y'all.
it's cool.
You know
You
what
don't
Tinder,
get
the
on
best
the
thing
safety
Tinder got me? I met this dude, shouts out to you, you know who you are.
Shouts out my mom.
But then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I just feel like me and, an IGGA. So I hit him up and they're like, ask him to do something. He's like, I want to take you out on a date. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, what are you doing right now? I was like, I'm about to go get my nails done. Oh, don't look at them now because they're terrible. But he was like, oh, that's cool. Send me a picture. And I was like, why? You gonna pay for him? And he was like, man, what's your Cash App? I was like,
That's a win.
Did he send the
He
cash
sent
app?
the money.
Okay, but did
Send
you
us more leads,
Did you hook
people.
up?
You found him on
No, we never even met in person.
That's a move right there.
Yeah.
You know how you see
She
all
got
like
shot.
the sugar babies and shit on like
Right.
TikTok? And they're like, oh, you just gotta do this. And I'm just like,
Oh no, wait, hold on. I
I
wasn't
wanna
doing
be a
that.
sugar
He was
daddy.
actually good looking. I was interested.
Some sugar daddies can be good looking.
Oh, look
Yeah,
at
it's cool
I
to have a
don't
sugar
have a
daddy.
sugar daddy.
Nah.
as long as I
I
don't
want
think
a
sugar.
sugar money.
I
I've
just
had,
don't
I've
like
had,
sugar.
I've
I
had
want
sugar
sugar.
I
mommies
just
try
wanted
to, have me as a sugar baby, but no,
And why
I
did you say
couldn't.
no?
Because I can't. I kind of feel like when I put myself in that position, like I'm using that person because I know I don't really want them, but they are providing things that I want at the time, and that's not something I feel like I
But
can use
they're,
somebody.
they're also using you. It's a mutual agreement
It's
of
a
using
mutual
each other.
usage. You don't have to
They,
feel bad.
they're literally paying you
Yeah.
for your pleasure.
I can't. I don't want to use anybody for any reason.
If it is agreement, I don't think it's using. Like if they're like, I want to pay you,
That's fair.
and you're like, okay. If it's something that they want to do.
Atlanta's
But
one of the
sometimes
top
like
locations for that
companionship
too.
is
Really?
like
How do you
having
know that?
sex, like
You looked
I
that
know,
up.
no, I
You
did.
did.
One
You
of
thought
my-
about
One of
it.
my friends, she makes
Oh,
so
you
much
did?
money being a
Oh.
sugar baby. She's traveled all across the world. Like she does all these cool things, She was broke like 2 years ago, and since then, you know, she makes so much money, and you know, I was like, all right,
Where's
you
your
know,
sugar daddy?
what?
That's
Hers?
what. Where's yours?
I don't have one.
Well, that's another red flag. Not
Mhm.
washing your feet in the shower.
Oh,
Now you-
that's so weird, bro.
Hey, who
Oh,
did
wow.
Why don't you
Men
scrub
do
your
not do
feet?
it.
What about using a
Do you
wash?
wash your feet in the shower?
Oh Lord!
I clean my whole
Let's
body
not
in the
go
shower.
down.
Yes.
Right.
And also, before I step out of the shower,
I know the
I drop
JJ.
off in the tub,
I will
so
go
I
to
won't
Gigi.
get water all over the floor because I just
Yes,
hate walking.
Get a
in
body
the
scrub.
water.
Oh, anybody have any Valentine's Day plans? What's
I don't.
I'm dropping a song on
I was
Valentine's.
gonna go.
Come
get
on.
a massage.
It is
It's an anti-Valentine song.
Ooh.
Obviously, if you haven't known from everything I've been saying.
Do you
It's
have
anti-Valentine.
Valentine's?
I can't wait to hear it. Actually, I'll probably play it.
Yo.
'Cause last year I had a horrible
Yes.
Valentine's.
Yes.
There are these
Oh,
Care Bear
Yeah, I had someone show it to my
stash
house,
jars.
and actually just
I
like bring
must have
chocolates
them.
and rose, and
It's like a whole kit.
it was a whole
It's a
thing.
stash.
Talk about this.
It's a stash jar like bear. It's a Care Bear,
Hmm.
but you screw his head off, and it's a stash jar for your tobacco,
Yeah, that's what it's for.
That's,
and then
yeah.
a rolling tray that matches it for your tobacco,
That's,
and then a lighter
that's
matches
creative.
that for your tobacco.
Who's
I'm
gonna-
So
just-
before the
be-
spa.
that is what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but who's gonna be booed up for Valentine's and who's not?
Shit.
Let's get a
You
gather
know,
of the
there's
sisters.
still time.
There's a difference. Hold on,
Right
hold
now.
on. Who's
Right.
getting booed? Who's getting
Who's getting wooed?
Who's getting yeah?
Who's gonna be completely by themselves, and who's gonna be either with a boyfriend or a person?
No, we
We're
gotta
gonna
know.
be
We gotta know if
trying.
this
We're
is
gonna
boo
do
or
different
boo.
things.
I will be completely by myself.
Me
Boo,
too.
boo, or solo. What? For
Ladies,
real?
ladies, don't get in line all at once. You have to be open sometimes, not to everyone.
Yeah.
But if you're real, I mean, why would you have any type of regrets? I know some people gonna put all of their business on the table, but me, because I don't want for people to be misguided or misled,
Right.
or either. I want to know. I'd rather let you know up front so you won't have the idea of okay, it may be this way. So communication is a key.
Right.
I like that.
Oh yeah.
No, understanding.
We need to go look after we say boo woo or solo. We need to go over some green flags. What are good green
Oh,
flags?
yeah.
Boo woo or
We
solo?
can go there.
Wait,
You said
wait.
solo?
Boo, what's the difference between boo and woo? Sorry.
You woo and you
Boo.
boo.
You got a boo. You know,
Boo,
like
and
that's
you
my
got woo.
boyfriend, and then you got a woo. Like I'm gonna get some. Yeah.
Oh, so it was like a sneaky link.
Oh, boo,
Yeah,
boo,
see,
or
yeah.
so.
Yeah, it does. Why it don't necessarily have to be a sneak.
Woo is like
Sorry,
90s.
I
Whoa.
literally came out of a movie.
That
with Jada
did,
Pinkett Smith.
and Tommy Davidson. I know,
Yeah.
96.
Yeah.
Look,
That's what I was like. I haven't heard it used like that in a long time.
Let's start on this from this side first.
Okay, so we're hoping for a woo, but if not, solo is cool. Like I don't mind just hanging out.
It's good too.
Yeah, and all candy goes on sale the day after. So
right, half price. Let's talk about this stuff. Damn.
Buy myself
that's our
flowers.
thing. Yeah,
My best
all the pink
friend.
and white candies. I love them.
Unfortunately, people, I have a boo
Oh.
and a woo.
Whoa! So is the boo wooing you, or
There's the boo, no the woo.
Do they?
or you got
Are
a,
you-
you telling me you got a euphoria situation where it's
Oh.
I haven't watched episode 4. Stop.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
say
don't
anything
tell
else.
me. I haven't
Oh.
watched it either.
I know.
Don't
What
say
am I saying?
Just don't say
Then
anything.
wait, never mind. Okay. Boo, what was it?
We're going solo.
Right, so
Maybe.
woo.
That solo is the expectation for how things are kind of going right now. But you never know. What? I got 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
14 days?
Happens,
Count.
happens.
Ladies, goodbye. Single. Okay.
Yeah, well, you already know. I got a boo coming out from Houston.
Oh,
Love
that's
you.
you.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Look, you better at this now. Look, I feel like he'd come through the computer screen right now. Huh?
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
You watch what I say.
Right.
It's not about you. We ain't talking about
Yes,
I have so I love stuffed animals. So I will be indulging in the 50% off stuffed animals,
Nice.
a Care Bear stash jar, and cuddle time with my two favorite gentlemen, Jinx and Joe, my cats. I am pretty much living the life of a cat lady for Valentine's Day. So
I've got 2 cats too.
You're living it now, so you don't have to live it
I know.
What's wrong with living the life of a cat lady? First of all,
Yeah.
They don't
Cats
come
are
on. They-
amazing.
You are Buddha.
That's the
You are
problem.
Buddha. You can't
You're right. I'm sorry.
I'm literally an old cat lady.
My bad.
Like, you see how this is? Yeah. It's real. That's why we're talking about
But
it. This is real life. This is real shit right here.
everyone thinks the point of life is to find your love, but I don't think that's really the point of
It's
life.
a
That's
vibe.
not the point
It's
of
loving
life.
yourself.
I never thought about
Right.
You know what?
I
Everybody says
never
that.
thought
And
that.
I do.
Yeah.
Who, okay,
Yeah.
I love the hell out of myself about enough times. Daisy. She's spoiled too. But I still feel like even with all of that, like I love myself, but I still want love, man, and loyal sex.
Just a little
That's all
bit.
I'm asking.
There you go.
Cuddle
Loyal
at night.
sex.
Is that too much to ask for?
It is.
Yes.
I
It
feel,
really
is.
is. Just, you know, honesty.
I feel like my soulmate is probably a chicken wing or something.
Oh,
Chicken.
Lord.
Bruh, but then you
Yo.
eat those. Well, I guess
Yo.
you do that to your soulmate too.
They're like, there's someone
My
for everyone, but what if
soulmate.
my person's like overseas? Like, what if
My
they-
soulmate.
See, I think there's multiple.
I'm
people
just
for you.
Honestly.
Houston, where you at?
Well, I
Babe,
feel like my soulmate is Andre 3000.
Andre
Holler at me.
3000.
Holler at me, Andre. Or a sloppy toppy from Slutty Vegan. It's about the only action I'm getting. Just the name.
Is that an act? Is that what?
That's the
what
actual
it's called.
name.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
vegan version.
Yeah.
I've never
Sloppy
had
top.
no.
You know
What?
It's so good. It's vegan. It's
Can
like
we-
Wait,
what?
do you live here?
That's the next field trip.
Like,
Hey, yo,
Georgia?
no. Like, no
Yeah.
cap.
Hey, go to
Yo,
Slutty
yo,
Vegan.
I've
yo.
heard of it plenty of times. Like I remember one
Slutty
time.
vegan, here we come.
Slutty Vegan.
I
I was talking about it. Like,
Hey, actually, oh wait.
Slutty
I
vegan.
had a customer come in, you know, I'm ringing them up and everything, and they let me know that they work at Slutty Vegan. I was trying to get discounts, but they wasn't with that.
Oh, no.
It's a black owned, operated. No.
You think
Black
they gonna
woman.
do
That's
that?
black owned. It's
No,
by a black
nigga.
woman.
No, here's the thing.
Black
Pinky
woman.
Tool
No,
is hella.
somebody else can discount.
Yeah, right. The Pinky Tool
Oh
is
my God.
hella.
Look, it's the oil,
You know what I
gotta
do?
try.
I work at a pizza place, and like right next door is a Mexican place, and
What's
so
this
we'll
one?
like call up like their manager and we'll be like, hey, do you want some pizzas? And then you give us some like taco stuff, and then we'll do a little tradesy.
Swapping.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
What pizza place is this?
Mellow mushroom.
You lying like hell, bro. You're at Mellow Mushroom? How long you been there, bro?
Came at her hard.
I know I said no
Like,
discounts, but we could have been had
What
the
year is
Cosmic
it?
Karma.
It's
Have you had that?
No.
I've been there for like a year and a half.
The Cosmic Karma.
Nah, holy shiitake. Real ones, no.
It's a good argument.
Can't say no to the garlic aioli.
Can't
Oh, I would
say
say
no
garlic. I'd go for that.
to
Garlic
that.
aioli,
'Cause it's good as
mushrooms,
fuck.
caramelized onions.
Hey, yo, no, but really, no cap. Like next time, because in our next episode, we're gonna be covering Black History. So yeah, I'm gonna treat y'all to Slutty Vegan. So that's what that is.
We should
and-
bring it in. Yeah.
I dated a guy
Did-
that's like vegan. He was a manager. Maybe I can call him.
Was he slutty or a vegan?
No, he
Ooh.
wasn't slutty, but he was a vegan. He was a very nice guy. Hi.
Ooh.
Got a name? We got a name?
No,
Valentine's Day
Yeah.
is approaching, so be sure to
No
contact.
names.
You know.
He knows who he is.
Oh, okay. And he gonna
Valentine's
see it and be like,
Might get
yeah,
14
it's me.
days. But
Next thing you know, we got 45
Trying to
pies,
ruin him
bro.
for those.
Yeah, I'm fucking with it. Like, for real. Some green flags and, you know.
Communication. That's a
I
big
was
one.
gonna say that.
Yeah, I think
Communication.
if someone can tell you how they're feeling when they're feeling it, I think that's super
Yeah.
important.
Every time I've like broken up with someone, it's always the reason is bad communication.
Yeah. I feel like it's generalized too, because people are like, you know, oh yeah, communication, or it's easy to communicate. And it'll be like, I'll hear this from guys who do not know how to clearly communicate. It's like they don't say anything, and then they think something's happening, and they do something because they think this happened, and they didn't communicate. And it's like, if you would have just said something, we could avoid all that mess.
But I
So
also-
communication is everything.
I think like what I mean like communication, like you don't have to talk all day. You don't talk every minute of the day.
Right.
But saying like, hey, next few days, like I'm gonna be out of town, I'm gonna be busy, like I may not be on my phone, like think just
Stuff like
little things
that,
like
yeah.
that. Like you don't,
Yeah.
but don't ghost for a few days after talking like constantly, and and it gives you like a heart wrenching feeling.
Yeah.
If
It
something
does.
bothers you, bring it up. Don't let yourself just sit in it and overthink in it. And also,
Yes.
if someone tells you that something's bothering them, be an active listener. and
That's the one.
yeah,
Active
be an
listener.
active listener and just like
Mhm.
figure out what you need to do to make it better
Right.
and what they need. Because everybody needs something different. Some, everyone's got different love languages. Some people need words of affirmation. Some people need quality time. Some people need acts of services.
And that's really, honestly, that's important, is just understanding somebody's love language. It's like, because if you don't, you're gonna try to love them in the way you think that they should be loved, and they're not gonna be able to receive it that way.
Right. Then you're
But
like,
then it's
why is this not working?
Right,
It's like,
exactly.
I'm not doing it right.
And clear, like, I cannot stress clear communication. Upset, sad, happy, all of that. I'm not gonna be here. I'm going out of town. It just means a lot. It means you care, because if you don't communicate, it's like, oh, I don't give a fuck, and it's like, oh, okay, they don't give a fuck. So
There's a lot of care that goes into, you know, reaching out to somebody and letting them know what's up.
Definitely. What about you, green flag?
Green flags, green flags. I'd say being supportive of some of the things that they do. Like, for instance, me, I play soccer. And, you know, one thing I would want my girl to come out and do is watch me play soccer.
That's a
Like,
good
I would
one.
really
I like that a
appreciate
lot.
that.
support is
Supportive,
everything.
yeah.
Support.
Even if it's something you're not into, but support your, what you're doing.
Green flag. Green
Mhm.
flag.
Green flag.
Green flag.
Right.
Vulnerability. Vulnerability, and it goes hand in hand with communication. It's like being able to be vulnerable. Like I always preach this. Like, safe spaces are everything. Like, everything that I had been dealing with or whatever. Like, it would have been nice to have like somebody to just go, hey, this is how I'm feeling, and right now I just need that kind of like support. Like, I know I gotta get through it on my own, but just to have you here and be like, hey, I'm here to support you. Like, that would have been, for me, everything. And I don't feel like I can do that and be that vulnerable with just anybody. And even though I love my people, I love my friends, I love even my family, you know, I love them to death, but like having somebody where you feel like 100% like super safe with, and it's like I can tell them anything, they're not gonna judge me, hold it against me, even if at our worst, they're not gonna do it. So like, to me, being able to be super vulnerable with somebody and keep that like safe, that's everything to me. That's a green.
Yeah.
Green.
Tell us up. I would say self-confidence. We Leos, I have a lot of self-confidence. And oftentimes I've dated people that may not have had the most self-confidence, or even as far as like being busy, like we both are busy, we're both doing things. A lot of people think that they're at that level, but they're not at that level. So it's like you grow and they kind of stay stagnant. So it's having someone that can grow with you, that's actually doing what they're saying, that's actually actively doing it. They say they're a rapper, but they actually have albums out. They say they're a filmmaker, but they actually have a film. If you say you're a rapper and you don't have no music come out, that's like, I can't do that. Self-confidence, actually doing what you say, that's the greatest flag to me. 'Cause we gotta be on it, we gotta grow together.
Deaf.
Ooh, green flag, emotional intelligence.
Oh yeah, emotional intelligence.
Be in tune with your own emotions, be in tune with other people's emotions, and be able to understand them and how to navigate them.
Yeah.
That's a green flag. Not a lot of people can do that.
Right.
Great green
Even if they pretend that they do.
Green flag, someone who listens to you, who actually listens to what you're saying and remembers small things about you.
That's a big
Ooh,
thing.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
That always
Someone can
makes me
pick
feel
out
good.
something.
Right.
Yes.
I read this post where this girl was like, yeah, I told this guy I was dating that I have to wake up at 2 a.m. every morning and like eat a banana next to my bed or something like that. And like, she went to sleep at his house and woke up and she didn't go to sleep with a banana. Like, he went to the store in the middle of the night and bought a banana and put it next to her for when she wakes up at 2 a.m. I was like, yeah, and I was like,
And it's simple stuff like
little
that.
stuff, yeah, like little stuff like that. Like, that really means a lot. So when you see somebody who really cares and hears what you're saying and notices those little things, those are great green flags.
Where did Luigi come from?
Right. I was thinking that. I was like, where did this come from, dog?
What do you gotta say, Luigi?
What's your green flag?
What is a green flag?
Mamma mia.
Right.
I don't know, I'm kinda scared.
Let's see these peaches.
Oh, I forgot to introduce my buddy Luigi will be joining me today.
What's up, Luigi?
It's like my
I'm not
H-Boom
paying you.
right here. This is my best buddy. So Luigi fan, to the fullest. But for me, what I would say as far as a green flag, respect.
Yeah.
Respect is
Can we do that? Can we do that before you go?
Respect my name.
Right, put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on my name.
And then also, every point that everybody touched on the green flags is great understanding also for me, because like I said, if you cannot effectively communicate, or they cannot understand what you're communicating, it'll be the purpose. No matter how vulnerable you're trying to be to this person, how open-minded you try to be with this person, if they just don't understand, you know. I'm gonna say not sapio, sapio.
They understood. It's cool.
Yeah, you get the picture.
But that's
right?
somebody who's in love with intelligence.
Right, because I've reached that particular mental level now where it's a stimulant to me. Like, for me to be turned on, you got to be able to pique my brain, because like I said, everything, having a booty, having great looks. I mean, you could be Jennifer Lopez.
Hold on, let's not get carried
But
away.
you can look nice, you can look the most like absolutely astonishing, but if you cannot pique my brain, especially what comes out of your mouth, is everything to me. Because you could be the most nice person in the world, beautifulest person, but once you start speaking that trash coming out of your mouth, or you negative, toxic, then I get turned off. Like, wait, what? You know, cute and all, but yeah.
Yeah, but I like what you said, like, you know, negativity, that's not something that you look for. So I think a green flag would be positivity. Or someone that can see the good in any situation. Like, say you spill something, and they're like, oh, okay, like, whatever, you know, just clean it up.
Right.
Versus, like, someone getting mad over it.
Yeah.
I think that's a very...
I always do.
Right. Like, it knows all the part of it, like,
You're
you
just
know,
sitting there
someone-
trying to defend yourself for something.
It was an accident. How you do that?
If they
Like,
got it
that
off,
shit
I
against
think
you.
that's
Remember when you
really
spilled
big.
that shit 2 weeks ago?
You always be
Oh,
spilling
my
shit.
God.
2 weeks ago, you
Right.
spilled that.
Like, dang.
Quick story about that. So there was one time I was balancing Lucky Charms in my ex's cabinet, and went to close it. I knew it was kind of off balance, but then they went and opened it later, and it all spilled on the floor. But that was where that mine came from. I was
Booby
like,
trap.
what? It was an accident one, but you know, wasted all those Lucky
And you
Charms.
got super mad.
Super mad.
Oh.
So mad.
He
over-
was.
We brought it up for, you know, years later.
Oh,
It was
my
like-
God.
Yeah.
Dang,
3.5
like,
years
whoa.
dating.
Was he
It's
Irish?
only $3,
Was he
man.
Irish?
It's $3. I'll get you another
What was
one.
the zodiac sign?
Of course,
Sagittarius?
of course.
Was it like
Lucky
Taurus
Taurus.
and that?
Oh, we were both
That's not
Taurus.
good.
I'm a Taurus! Wait, when's your birthday?
May 9th.
My
May
April-
10th.
April 30.
Oh, you're April Taurus?
Yeah. And then April.
Oh, red
Y'all
flag
feel-
on camera.
that to y'all is like
Wow.
July
Oh,
Leos
you
to
Cancer?
us. It's like
No.
July.
Yeah, August Leos are better.
Yeah.
Is anybody a Cancer in this room?
No. My
No.
bestie.
That's another red
They
flag.
are.
No!
Just a red flag.
Wow.
Cancer.
Hey, wait a minute. No, I gotta hold it down for the water game. I'm sorry. You can't talk about
Don't
Cancer.
get me wrong, water games are cool, but
Yeah, but Pisces are different with their emotions.
Red
Cancers,
flag
I be like,
zodiacs.
Lord.
It's,
Red
just,
flag.
it's the first water sign, right? So they just like, they intense, you know, for
They
no
intense
reason
to everybody.
at
Who was
times.
the first water sign?
Pisces are
Cancer.
emotional, but they
Y'all are the
emotional
first
within
ones, huh?
themselves.
No,
No, we
Pisces
the
is the
last.
first.
We the last.
You're
I was like, no,
February.
Pisces is.
Cancer's in July, June.
February,
Of the
March.
zodiac.
Oh,
of the-
you mean
it was
that.
like in the zodiac calendar.
Oh.
So like they, you know what I'm
So
saying?
what
Like,
is
they're
Leo?
really intense.
Leo.
Leo is
Are we the second flag?
y'all the best.
Yeah, we are.
I
DJ.
mean,
that's flattery.
I think we are
Let
number
me get on
one.
you, Leos.
Oh no.
What's your sign?
She giving me a like, don't you say nothing, not the way. Like,
What are you, a Gemini?
Not at all.
Right. Another Taurus?
No.
Just be careful, man. You stepping into the line.
Right.
Don't talk about the Leo.
What about Leo?
I feel the energy. I feel the energy.
I'm a Leo rising, so.
No, but
Right.
There
Look,
he is.
my name is Wale, and I'm a Virgo.
Oh, I'm a Pisces, right?
Oh, okay. That
Hey.
makes
Pisces
sense.
women are better than Pisces. No offense.
I feel like Virgos always think they're better than Leos. Like we all open and act or something. And I'm not gonna
No.
stand for that.
I
Virgo
speak
men,
for
Pisces
all
men, and
Leos. I mean,
Sagittarius
for
men,
all
red
Virgos
flags.
at this particular moment.
Really?
You said
Yeah.
Virgo?
Virgo men,
Virgo
Pisces
men.
men, Sagittarius men. Honestly,
Pisces men,
Sagittarius.
yeah.
Wait, what about this?
Sagittarius.
Wait. What
Sagittarius.
is it?
Okay, let me not say
I
that.
think it's just men in general, red flags.
Sagittarius.
Water signs, they cool though.
What, we emotional?
But no, if you
We're
okay, there's a difference between
You're
a
emotional,
mature
but,
and
like,
an
you don't know
immature
how-
sign.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're an
Get
immature
involved and
sign,
involved.
then then yeah, it's a hot mess.
Yeah.
But when you're a mature sign, you can navigate your emotions. It's good to be emotional.
It's good to be emotional, but if you're an unevolved Pisces and you're emotional and you don't know how to deal with those
Then
emotions,
it's a hot mess.
then it's.
I feel like it also, it's men and women too. Because people be like, oh, Leos. And I'd be like, Leo who? Men and women.
Because Taurus women are better than Taurus men.
Yes, they are. Taurus women
don't do
are
the Lucky
so
Charm thing.
fucking wonderful. They're like some of the strongest beings I've ever met. Taurus men. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. Dad, never again. No.
Well, you kind of hit it on the head when it comes to dealing with. We all deal with two different aspects. We deal with our heart and we deal with our mind. So depending on what you're gonna feel it first, of course, but then you have to make that decision on with whoever you're dealing with or whatever situation is at hand, how you're gonna mentally navigate through that.
Yeah, life advice. You can't control what happens to you. You can only control your reaction to
Yeah,
it.
your reaction.
Stoicism.
Ooh. Anybody else got any closing words? Look, we about at the end. Oh yeah, we at the end. Who got closing words? Anybody got closing words? I feel like this wasn't long enough. Shit.
Nah,
This
this
is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
perfect.
about relationships for
Very
days.
good.
Yeah, you can talk all
too much
day.
Yeah, I feel like we covered
Right, I got
Be like
that,
Joe
right.
Budden's podcast, talk for 3 hours.
No.
He be talking forever.
Closing thoughts. Fuck Joe Budden. First of all, no, for real. And I wanted to say something about relationships, but I gotta talk about him, bro. Don't come for nobody else that's doing music when you only had Pump It Up, bro. In 2004.
You know Joe Budden's discography.
Pump It Up. Yo, do you follow Joe Budden Fits on Instagram? Everybody go follow Joe Budden Fits on Instagram, and it's just like this dude posting a whole bunch of pictures of Joe Budden in different outfits and clowning the shit out of him, and it's the funniest shit ever.
Joe Budden, I'm not clowning you at all, sir.
Joe Budden seen the page. No, Joe Budden. No, for real. He's seen the page, and he'll like comment. He'll be like, "Oh, lol, y'all funny. Y'all got jokes today," and I'm like, "Bro, but they're funny."
No, it's funny how I was watching You Got Served for years, and I did not know that Pump It Up was Joe Budden's song until he had his own podcast.
What?
I did not know that at all.
I was gonna say that.
I'm
I still
glad
think
that
we keep
Nah,
teaching
but
Joe
that's
Budden.
understandable.
No,
Right, like,
Joe
no.
Budden. Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
Joe Biden.
No, not Joe
Hey,
Budden.
What do you want to
Joe
say?
Biden?
Joe Biden right now.
Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Fuck you like big ball. Since 2005.
Just go upstairs. I'm going hard.
You like?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
So,
that's
wait, wait.
closing words.
Right.
Closing
Those were the
arguments.
closing
Closing words. What's up, baby? Take
Oh,
me out
yeah,
to
just
dinner. Hey,
Use
yo.
that for Valentine's.
Period.
I am sitting next to my crush. What's up, baby?
Take me out to dinner. Somebody's gonna make a meme out of that and just that's gonna be. Look how to make the memes with the Valentine's like to and from.
Yeah,
on
the
it.
cards.
Like your face.
I'm a fan of those. Are you a Sharpie because you're ultra fine?
Oh, cute.
Oh
That one might
god.
get you
Good one.
blocked
No,
though,
no.
I don't know.
Hey, I'm the one with the boo here. What do you got?
Wow.
Listen.
I was gonna play a love song at the end, but it looks like one is the lonely. Closing arguments. Why do I keep saying arguments? Closing thoughts.
Statements.
Closing
Statements
statements.
for Valentine's Day.
Hope everyone has a good
Have
Valentine's
fun. Be
Day.
safe.
Yeah.
Wear condoms.
Everybody have fun, even if you're
Get
single.
tested.
It's cool. Just be distracted so you don't feel lonely. It's cool.
That's great.
And there's nothing wrong with being by yourself
There's nothing
because
wrong with it.
self-love is the most
It's-
important.
Because relationships can be a hot mess.
Life
They
isn't
can be
all
very
about love.
toxic.
With all that box of chocolates. And
Right.
Life is like a box of.
But sex and
I
I was
digestion
just
make
gonna
my
say,
life a
but
whole
if you
lot.
wanna go get that sex on Valentine's,
But wear a condom and make sure you're clean.
Yes.
Exactly,
And if
yes.
you can't get the D, don't hit up your ex. Just
Hell
hit the
no.
rose. Get the rose
Do
petals.
I see endorsement?
After that,
Oh, what if
What
I
about-
need
what about
sponsors?
the-
Rose Petal,
Free
yeah,
game,
right. You
free
can start
game.
sponsoring us too. You gonna have to send us some stuff.
We need a sex toy sponsor.
Women, if
Right.
y'all get tired of men, you know, even though Valentine's Day is coming up, don't forget to try the Nicotine patch.
what the hell is
What?
that?
I'm
This
I'm
is
sorry.
Terrible
That's-
joke. We don't want that.
Dick is not everything, guys. Try women.
hey. Sometimes you men so crazy. You think about trying women for real. These men be crazy.
Right.
That's true.
Oh, for real, don't be crazy out here. Don't be smashing anybody else's people. If somebody likes you, either say what's up or say hit the road. You know what I'm saying? And just be open and honest.
Honesty, integrity.
Hopefully next show, never mind. No, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna put whatever that hope was out of there.
I'll be not
Manifest.
single, but that's
Yeah, we're gonna help you manifest.
Isn't it like a new moon like coming up?
Ooh.
Oh, really? New moon, put crystals on your window, write in your journal, and manifest it.
Yes.
It's gonna happen.
I'm manifesting a love, so we'll see. This is season 1. We'll see if I'm still single.
I'm gonna manifest some money.
Yeah, that's what I'm about. I want
I'm
some
done
money.
done with love.
I'm long love,
Okay.
long money, and long dick. That's all I'm.
A dream.
Long
She want that curve.
Girl.
Oh. Oh my god.
And with that,
Good night.
good night.
Hey, we're like that. Nah, but for real, thank y'all so much for being here and tuning in with us and all that jazz. And all right. And it's all right.
Great team.
You-
All right, cool. And that's around, everybody. Can we do